The Last Prince, created by New York Times best-selling author Patrick Larkin. Chapter 1. Shadows Falling. Darkness fell slowly, but inexorably, over Babylon. The shadowed streets emptied as merchants packed their wares away until the sun's next rise. The clamor subsided, lights guttered behind reed-mat doors in the old city and flickered from the windows of New Babylon. Most of the 500,000 inhabitants sought rest before a new day brought new toil. At the palace no one slept. Alexander, King of Kings, now in the 40th year of his long reign, lay ill. The royal court held its collective breath, waiting in dread as the king's condition worsened. For Alexander, father of a dozen sons by as many wives, had never named a successor. Some favored the firstborn, Alexander the Younger, son of Roxanne. Others, the next in line, Heracles. But almost every son of the king had the backing of high officials or generals who touted them as the worthiest heir. Their names, Philippos, Alcetus, Archelos, and more, were murmured through the corridors of power. One prince alone, the youngest, played no part in the rivalry among his brothers and their supporters. Nikanor was the only child of Alexander's last wife, the daughter of an influential Thessalian baron. Uninterested in power solely for power's sake, he was grateful to be ignored. Now, urgently summoned by his mother Velina, he entered the palace for the first time in weeks. To avoid the maze of court intrigue, he lived among the officers and men of the Macedonian garrison. His mother, born on the frontier herself, had not raised him as a pampered princeling.
My son, you are prompt as always. That is a wise trait in these troubled times.
The king is truly dying, then?
Dying, who can say, but deathly ill, he is indeed. What matters is that the jackals are circling.
My half-brothers can play their games. I will not.
These are not games, Nikanor, they are wars. If you will not fight, you must retreat.
To where?
Your uncle's lands in Thessaly.
A 3-month journey.
Barely far enough, I fear.
Persuaded by his mother's arguments, Nikanor spent the night preparing to take the long road to Thessaly. First, a purse of tetradrachms to pay for food, for shelter, and fodder for his horse. Next, notes laying out his planned route, drawn from courier reports in the palace archives. Finally, traveling clothes and other gear packed away in a pair of leather saddlebags. Then he slept, to learn at dawn that his mother had one last surprise. Crateros, a veteran soldier, commanded the detachment of guards assigned to his mother, Felina.
You're coming with me? As a bodyguard?
I am. The Queen commands it. Roads are dangerous these days, especially for you.
I'm not a child.
No, you are a prince. Act like one.
Blunt as always, Captain. And you're right, another pair of eyes would be welcome. Very well. Follow me.
For 5 days, Nikanor and Crateros followed the Euphrates road between Babylon and Dura Europos. Now, on the 6th day, they were drawing close to the fortress city. The journey had been long and arduous, but without clear peril. That was about to change.
Trouble?
Maybe.
Those riders are pushing hard.
They're no more than an hour behind us.
Suggestions?
The sooner we're off the road, the better. Ride on.
Some distance up the road, Nikanor and Crateros found the cover they were seeking. They led their horses into the trees, careful to leave no tracks, wending deeper among the palms. For an hour they waited, but then Nikanor, sensing danger, turned and saw his real enemy. Crateros stared back at him with cold and murderous intent. His mask of obedience was gone.
So what happens next, Captain?
Your journey ends here, Prince. Mine continues.
Perhaps not. Is my mother's pay not generous?
It is, but your brothers pay better.
Which of my half-brothers?
The better question would be which of them did not. Die quickly and easily. Or fight. It's your choice.
That's not a difficult one.
Nikanor stabbed down, finishing the other. He heard horses approaching and turned to face them.
See that we're late. Your mother learned about Crateros's treachery the day after you rode out.
We feared we'd find you dead. But I guess you were faster? Or were you just luckier? Nikanor eyed the two men with a growing smile. The first was Quintus Cornelius Flavus. His father was a Roman senator, the representative of conquered Rome to Alexander's court. Over several years, Quintus had become one of Nikanor's closest and most trusted friends. His mother shared his estimate of the young Roman's qualities.
The other, Aristides, was a Macedonian cavalry officer a few years older than Nikanor. At the queen's request, Aristides had taught Nikanor horsemanship, tactics, and personal combat. He was a trusted comrade, a rare ally in a royal court torn by rivalry. Looking at his two friends, Nikanor felt easier. He was no longer alone. Later that afternoon, the three friends examined what they had found in the traitor's saddlebags.
By the gods, Nikanor, there are at least 2,000 gold staters here. So there are, Quintus. Enough to pay 100 cavalrymen for a year.
That's an insultingly low price for the head of a prince.
True, Aristides. There may come a day when I take that up with my half-brothers. In the meantime, we'll use their tainted gold for our own purposes. You still plan to head for Thessaly? I do. My uncle has resources I'll need. Horses. Fighting men, Aristides. Men loyal to my mother and through her, to me. But first, we'll rest at Dura, to wash away this treachery in wine and clean water.
That evening, at an inn in Dura Europos, the three young men talked long into the night.
I question the innkeeper. No one here knows if the king still clings to life. Several couriers have passed through, however. Messengers apparently headed for different outlying garrisons, probably sent by your brothers. They're already bidding for the support of the generals in Babylon. The fools! They'll rip the kingdom to pieces around us all. And for nothing. For 20 years we've had peace. From the Indus River west to the Atlantic Sea. War is coming, Nikanor, whether we wish it or not. It's too late to stop it. I see that too, Aristides. I had hoped to stand apart from the madness.
And now?
I must do whatever I can to salvage whatever can be saved.
Well, you can count on us, Prince.
An army of 2, I see. It's a start. But before we fling ourselves into hopeless war, I need to visit the privy. I see that I owe you my life, Quintus. Thank you. I saw him turn to follow on your heels. That seemed too convenient to be a coincidence. Quick thinking and quick acting. You'll make a formidable general someday.
A handful of gold staters, paid to the innkeeper, ensured his discretion. The attacker's corpse would disappear without a trace before dawn.
Troubled by Nikanor's narrow escape, the three friends retired to rethink their plans.
That was no random madman, Nikanor. He was paid, and you were his target. Those couriers from my brothers were carrying more than messages to outlying generals, and that makes every road to Thessaly a death trap. They know where you're headed. You've been fortunate twice, Nikanor, but even your luck will run out someday. He's right. We must change course, but I need my uncle's money and men. They're of no use if you're dead, Prince. If not Thessaly, then where? We cut west through the desert and take a ship near Antioch. A ship? To where? To Rome, my home. We have men, money, and food, and no love for your brothers. Not a bad idea, Nikanor. I've spoken with veterans of the campaigns in Italy. The Romans were tough foes, difficult to beat. They would make formidable allies.
It would certainly confuse my half-brothers. None of them knows much about the West. Very well. Rome it is. Now let's get some sleep. We ride west before dawn.
Next in The Last Prince, Nikanor and his companions sail westward across the Great Sea. They will need the support of Rome and its allies as war engulfs the known world.
Meanwhile, in Babylon and the surrounding regions, the situation worsens with every passing day.
Summoned by the rival princes, veteran armies are on the march as open conflict draws nearer.